Hey there, this is Beyond the Real. I'm Alex.
I'm Mark, and we're here to bring you our review for Venom.
Okay.
So, what did you think of it?
Well, to be honest, walking into the movie, I was not excited at all. And ever since that first teaser, I wasn't really excited. Especially because I saw that scene where he's just like, "Yeah!" I saw that and I was like, okay, I'm not going to be able to take this seriously. So I had very low expectations walking in.
Well, I mean, I wasn't going to watch it, but after it came out, it started getting a lot of good, buzz around it for it not being centered around like Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna check it out, and I actually thought it wasn't, I liked it. It was a decent movie. I had fun with the movie, and that's what I thought from the beginning of it. So, what did you like about the movie?
For me, the only real strong point of the movie was the relationship that Eddie had with the symbiote.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much the only thing I could think of that I liked.
Yeah.
But that and probably, I thought it was really over the top.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if that's what they're going for, but that's what I enjoyed. That
Yeah.
it was really over the top.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think the same. I think honestly, the only saving grace of this movie was the relationship between Eddie and the symbiote.
Yeah.
I think them two together, the jokes that Venom was saying to him too, just everything about it, and just even the fight scenes too. I actually thought were decent enough, especially for first time seeing Venom on screen.
Mm-hmm.
You see him, wilding out up in there. But I actually like their relationship together, and I feel like that the fight scenes and Eddie and the Venom's relationship are the only two things in this movie that did it any kind of justice. Other than that, I think everything else honestly is negative. So
Yeah, I agree that the action, like from an action standpoint, it had some pretty decent action, and yeah, I'll give it that.
yeah, it's just like one of the things that I didn't like a lot was the Anne character, and the Anne character. I mean, yeah, at the beginning she's needed, and it shows what Eddie's life. He's a successful journalist. He's engaged with Anne. He has a good life. He has a good job. Everything's going right. And then once he has an interview with Carlton Drake. It goes down. It goes downhill. And then after that, she breaks up with him. After that, I think she shouldn't have popped up in the movie again. It should have been it after the breakup. That's it. Everything later on that happened, I felt was so forced, and it was unnecessary to have that in the film, in my opinion.
So, what did you think of Carlton Drake? Because for me, he was. I think it's the wrong thing to directly go to. He was miscast,
Mm-hmm.
but I just don't think he was good at all in this movie.
Yeah.
Because I mean, fair play to Riz Ahmed, the actor. He did what he could with what he was given, but I mean, I could not take him seriously because he's small. He doesn't really seem like much of a threat. He's kind of a psycho, but like I never really saw him as a threat to Eddie.
Yeah.
Other than the sense that he's like the crazy rich guy, for lack of a better term.
Yeah. I mean, I thought he was like he was a weak villain, and even his connection with Riot. I mean, him and Riot didn't even have a connection really. But I mean, him and Riot, it was a weak villain, and it just it felt like I was watching Spider-Man 3, and Eric Foreman Venom. I was watching that, and literally, it felt like that was in this movie, again, you know, and it's just like, man, why did they? He's not a bad actor. He just miscast. I felt like he was just miscast for the role.
It just wasn't a good part for him.
Yeah, it just felt off, and it was weird to see, you know, him do that, and it wasn't done well. So I mean, I didn't really like him as the villain at all in this movie. You know, even seeing, you know, all the symbiotes, seeing all that, it's just like, man, they didn't really do anything to me, to be honest. The only one that actually had some character was Venom. The other two, nothing. We didn't see anything happen with, you know, with Riot. The final scene when he's going up to the sky, that fight. You know, it's a cool fight to see, you know, Venom and Riot fighting, but I mean, at the end of the day, it was a weak fight. It ended fast. It wasn't, you know, it was very anticlimactic. It wasn't good.
Yeah, for me, like, another thing that I really didn't like, coming back to what you said about the fight, is that there's a lot of stuff that they didn't really explain, like in terms of what a symbiote can do. Mm-hmm. Like, of course, you know, they're supposed to be like an exoskeleton type thing, mm-hmm. where like they can make the person like stronger and stuff. But like, what we see from Venom is that he can make Eddie stronger, mm-hmm. but Riot can make like weapons and stuff, and Venom can't.
Yeah. And
like, there's no real explanation other than Venom saying that Riot can make weapons. Like, there's no explanation as to why Riot can and Venom can't.
Yeah.
And like, they say that they have to be compatible, but like, Venom and Eddie are compatible, and apparently Riot and Riz Ahmed are. But like, Riot is compatible with almost everyone, pretty much everyone that he attaches himself to.
Yeah. But
like, when you see them in the lab, they pretty much, the symbiotes kill pretty much whatever they attach themselves to. So like, they never really explain why Eddie or why Carlton Drake are so important, and why they can handle the symbiotes.
Even Anne.
Like,
even that.
Venom gets onto her, and like, she shows up and like kills his whole squadron and rescues Eddie, and then Venom just goes back into Eddie, and it's like,
it's like, it's like, how can her body, like, it would have been better, like how you said, it was a better explanation, because you know, we see Eddie's body freak out when he's getting the symbiote in him.
Yeah, and like, he throws up and all that.
Yeah, we don't see Ant, like, he's freaking out, you know, all day he's freaking out. and she just gets it automatically and stays a day, probably in like 10 minutes. Probably, you know, it's just weird how that worked. Even Riz Ahmed, the same thing, you know, how does that even work? And the people who were getting the symbiote in them throughout the movie, it's like their they died though, right?
Yeah,
they did die.
Yeah, like the first guy, like the first test subject, he got it, and then like, not even 2 minutes later, he just died. Yeah, and it's like, what the heck?
So it's like, I mean, I had fun with the movie for what it was, and I'm hoping that Venom 2 is going to be better. But, you know, I mean, Carnage is going to be in it, and Woody Harrelson is Carnage. So it's like, good. So I mean, I can't say it's a good casting yet, because we have to see the movie first. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, hopefully everything works out, and maybe, you never know, Tom Holland might pop up in there in the end credit scene. That could happen too. You know, I mean, I don't know, but you know, you can hope. I guess you can hope. But I mean, any final thoughts on the movie?
Well, I thought it was hilarious, because I thought it was really over the top. But I mean, you get your entertainment value, but from a movie's standpoint, it's all over the place. Like, it's really choppy. Mm-hmm. I feel like it has problems with pacing, because it kind of hops around too much from Eddie and Venom to Riot to Anne to Carlton Drake. I feel like it just hops around too much. But I mean, if you don't really take it seriously, I guess you can have fun with it, because I mean, it's entertaining, but it's just not a good movie to me at least.
Yeah. I mean, I probably would say, I mean, mostly the same thing. I mean, like I said, I had fun with the movie, and it's not a good movie or anything. It's just fun just to watch because it's there. I wouldn't watch it if it was the only movie in the world. I probably wouldn't watch it. But I mean, it was fine. It's fun.
Yeah, it's fine for what it is.
Yeah.
But we can only hope that the next one is a lot better.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I mean, my rating for this movie out of 10, I would say, I would give it a 4, right there. It's below average.
Yeah.
I would say that, in my opinion. And same thing for you, or?
Yeah, I'd probably go about the same because, I mean, once you finish watching it, like after a week, you probably won't even, or it might not even be a week. You probably won't remember it that much because it's not memorable. Like there's really nothing special about it other than it's just a blockbuster movie.
Yeah.
Other than that, there's really nothing going for it.
Just with the character everyone knows, basically. But I mean, yeah, guys, that's our review for Venom, and we're gonna keep doing reviews. So come back and check back for more.